Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Universal Laws series, the Universal Laws and Wealth. Today I can't believe that it is law number 17. I always feel like it goes faster than I want, and yet it's so perfect because I can't wait for you to get all of the laws. I can't wait for you to hear them all. So I'm always excited for you to hear them all. And I'm also like, oh man, we have hit the moment where we are in momentum. We are coming to the close. We are coming towards the end of this series, which means we'll just have to hang out in another way. So let's talk about this law. Let's talk about the law of momentum. I've been a coach for a really long time. And one of the things that I hear over and over and over again in different words and different frames of mind, but it always comes to that feeling of momentum. I just want things to flow and to happen faster. And I don't want to be patient. And I want the results now. And I want the results now. And I want the results now. And I want to have them now. And I want it to keep happening now. And so we hear this all the time. And I get it. I get it. It's because most of the time when we are beginning our journey with the laws, or even as we're strengthening our journey with the laws, we haven't quite figured out how to allow things to be happening consistently. So we've had experiences with momentum and bursts of results, and then we've had dry spells. So we've come to believe that the ebb and flow is a natural nothing and lots, right? So it's like you have a little bit or a lot. And there's this belief that the ebb and flow means that. And so we get so excited about momentum. But the truth of it is when you're in sync with the universal laws, there's constantly a flow. There's always a flow of what you've created. There's always a flow of wealth. There's always a flow of finances, of love, of connection, all of that. It doesn't dry up. You don't have like 0 friends and then 100 friends. You have connections that are always there. Number one, you always have the connection to source, and you always have connections right here, right near you, right? So that feeling of that ebb and flow is real. There are times when there's like an increase in flow, and that is momentum. And there's a time when the flow slows down and it's in a stillness or a peacefulness. It's not still, it's stillness, which is a moving of something it's a peaceful flow. So things are still moving. That's how it's intended to be. So if you have an area of your life where you're not feeling that, where there's always money coming in and always money moving, if there's not always love being expressed, right? If there's not always health and vitality being expressed in some way, maybe you're feeling like, sometimes that health and vitality can be, I just really want to rest and snuggle up and read a book. And I don't want to do a lot I don't want to have a lot of movement. And then some days I want to have a lot of movement, right? That's a natural ebb and flow. It's not that feeling of, where I used to be with health is I need to be really sick in order to have a break. So I needed something to be wrong. So any of this is really important to the conversation of momentum because it's the reason we want it so much. And it's the reason we misperceive it. We misunderstand the law of momentum. The law of momentum is not about speed for us. It's about consistent, diligent, devoted progress. There's a moment when we have taken actions. Now, taken actions from the cause, taken actions that are related to number one, if you want to trigger momentum for what you want and you want to keep things flowing in your life, knowing who you are and what you want is number one. Being sure of that coherence that your mind and your heart want the same thing. So being in coherence is incredibly important for momentum. And then taking consistent action based on a decision to have the experience that you want. Once you've made that decision, so remember when I was talking about divine timing, that timeline is activated through your awareness of who you are, what you want, why you want it, that feeling state, the coherence of thinking and feeling is the awareness that becomes the cause, which then becomes a decision to have something. When that decision is made, then that decision becomes inspired action. Now, here's how you trigger momentum because you can have inspired action once. And this is what happens for a lot of people. They get an inspired action and then they're like, awesome, I'll take over from here. And they stop listening for inspiration and they just start taking actions. I'm going to, oh, my inspiration, I'm going to create a new website. And so then what do? They go and Google all the ways they can create a new website. What's the best website? What are the best colors? What's the brand that I need? What's this? Da, 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 da. It's like 300 Google searches later, down the rabbit hole of my brand new website. I have gotten so off track from inspiration that I am now creating a new cause. And the cause is, holy moly, I've got to create a website that the rest of the world wants and says is a good one. So this rabbit hole happens with everything. You do the same thing of, oh, I can feel this, my next step is to welcome in new relationship. And welcoming a new relationship, now I want to go Google what's the best way to have a conscious relationship. Oh my gosh, look at this. And I need to know about Tantra and Vedic philosophy. And I need to know about this. And I need to know. And all of a sudden it becomes about the outside things. So this is how we slip ourselves out of sync and skip momentum. But then we think it's momentum because we get into a momentum of seeking outside of ourselves, and it's exhausting and it doesn't last and it's confusing, and we end up in that ebb and flow situation I was talking about. So this is how we shift out of cause and create a momentum that doesn't serve the long term. So here's how you create momentum that you love and momentum that carries you forward. And carrying you forward is the key to momentum. To do that, you've got to come back to that inspired action every single day. The devotion is to the awareness and the decision you made, who I am, what I want, why I want it. I'm devoted to that. And I decide every single day to stay devoted and to ask for the inspired action. And so then I take the inspired action and I take that daily and I take that daily and I take that daily. And then life begins to carry me, begins to bring things into my experience. I start to notice things. And then I'm like, oh man, it's not happening fast enough. And then I come back to myself. All right, what's the next step? And I stay consistent. My movements are consistent. I don't speed up. My movements are consistent. Who am I? What do I want? Why do I want it? What's my next step? I take that next step. I follow inspiration every single day, and the world speeds up. I'm the stable, consistent energy taking the action. Things speed up around me, and I need support and help to support what's coming into my experience. I don't need to move faster. I just need to invite the awareness that things are speeding up. The world moves faster around me. Momentum is meant to be something you feel around you. It's meant to be something that you respond to and say, wonderful. I'm so excited about all the people coming in to help bring this to fruition. So you feel the energy around you and you keep taking the same actions. It's still, what's the next step? Awesome. There's a list of things I'd like to do. Excellent. What's the next step? And you stay with that. Momentum happens around you. So important to understanding the law of momentum, because the law of momentum is triggered by you. So let's talk about the other momentum. We'll talk about that in a second. It's triggered by you. It's triggered by you and the cause of what it is that you want. And so when that triggers, it invites things outside of you to come and play in the frequency of what you're creating. It comes to play in the frequency of wealth and well-being and vitality and love, right? So this is flowing in this way, and momentum is happening around you. Again, it's so important. I feel like it took me a long time to really get this. So that's why I'm saying this. It's not that I don't believe you can get it, but man, does the mind want to hold on to the old way of momentum. I've watched it happen with so many people that have come and gone in my life, where they just couldn't let go of the old story of momentum. And I had to let go, because it can be such a draining energy when people don't understand momentum, because they are continually wanting to drain you. So here's what happens in the other momentum is, when you're in momentum, when you're really sure about what it is that you want and you're moving forward and things are calling into your space, those that are coming in to support, if they're not aware of who they are, what they want, why they want it, then they might come into into that energy because it feels good and they want some of it. They want some of that energy, but they're not sure. And so they feel the energy of getting caught up in your momentum. And then they start taking actions, and then they start forcing themselves to do things, right? They're like, oh, I need to do things. I need to keep up with this momentum. Oh my gosh, things are moving so fast. They're like, I don't know, your world is moving so fast. I don't really like that. I can't really, it doesn't make sense. They feel all the movement and they think that you're moving at that pace. They don't understand that there's a flow of frequency. And so they come into that and they feel they feel someone else's momentum. So this is what happens when you get off track. So imagine you get off track with what you want, but you recognize that someone else is doing what you want. You're like, oh my gosh, look at that person's really making progress. I love that. I want to be connected to them. So you start to take actions, like when I was talking about the website. Oh, look at this person has all the success. So I'm going to do all the things that they did. I'm going to start mimicking all the things that they did. So I start doing all these actions. But what I've done is change the cause to, I now want to focus on the cause outside of me. I want to focus on what people are doing outside of me, what someone else has done to achieve success. I want someone else to tell me how to do this. I want someone else to be in charge of the what I do next. As a result, you start doing all the work. You're taking all these actions, and the exhaustion comes in and the drain comes in. Oh, it's so much. Yes, this is a big deal. This is such a big deal because so many of us, I have done this and I have watched it. I've watched people come into my world who get sucked into the momentum, and I can tell they've lost the way with their own intention. So you can come together with other people's momentum because you're in alignment. So if your cause is, I'll take the example of, my team, we are focused on the same goal, the same desire. While things are moving quickly, none of us is overwhelmed. We're all in it together and the movement is around us. And so that feels good. And we all are in sync because none of us is like, oh my gosh, that's moving too fast. There's too many things happening. Everybody is with it. They're in it and they're just taking the next actions. There's no hurry to take all the actions. It's just the next one. So even with all the things happening, we take the next one. So this is how you know you're in momentum, when you can feel it. It's like you can feel the momentum of wind. If you go to stand outside and there's wind blowing, you can feel that momentum. You're not blowing. You're not the wind. You're in the momentum of it. You're standing there and you're being blown by the wind. You're feeling it. You're experiencing the movement that could move you. It moves your hair. It moves your thinking and feeling state. This is the power of momentum. It moves you. You don't move it. Momentum moves you forward. And so all of these things are getting done on your behalf, and you're still only doing the next thing. It's so, so important to allow this flow to occur and to know that it's going to be a temporary burst. You're going to break through to a new level of your being. You're still going to take the same actions. No matter where you are, you're going to take the action. What's the next inspired thing? You don't change your movement. The energy around you moves. There's the amazing fast breeze stops. The results don't stop. You don't stop. You keep taking action. Results keep coming in. And then you shift and grow and expand into the next momentum. So momentum should be something that you're coming back around to over and over again, but you're not in all the time. And you don't need to be in because you understand the cause and you understand that you just keep taking actions every day and results come in every day. And sometimes there's a lot of results and sometimes there's a lot of results, right? And sometimes there's a lot and sometimes there's a lot. And it's intended to be a lot. It's intended to be a constant flow where there is a burst of results, but it doesn't take away from the time when momentum isn't there. Momentum is just a wave coming in. The ocean doesn't stop being there just because the tide isn't in. So the ocean is there and then the tide comes in and there's a lot more ocean, but then it goes out and there's the ocean and then it comes back in and there's more ocean. This is walking with and being with the universal laws, being with momentum, not needing to be in the wave all the time, knowing that the wave comes in, the wave goes out, and you keep taking the next best step. And that's how you master momentum. It is so good. If you're moving things forward, if you're in charge of the momentum, you're in somebody else's. If you're being moved by momentum, and you're taking the next best action and you are at peace and you are flowing, then you are in momentum, right? Incredibly powerful. So, yes, it's a temporary ride of the wave. You come in, you surf it, and then you keep going. So, beautiful energy. I hope this is really connecting some of the dots for you and giving some peace and ease. I'm feeling the invitation of just understanding that the laws bring ease and flow. Yes, they bring the results. Yes, they bring massive breakthroughs. Yes, they bring momentum. Yes. But more than that, they bring ease and peace. That's the value of the universal laws is they bring you into the world feeling peace, feeling love, feeling ease. And I'm telling you, there's nothing better. There is nothing better than living in alignment with the laws. So I hope you're enjoying this journey and feeling the momentum that we are headed into the next law tomorrow. We're almost done with our series. But I look forward to each and every conversation. They all have a special significance, which is why I've chosen them. So I will see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye for now.